Hello, welcome to this special edition security alert episode of eRoots' video blog. I want to talk about Heartbleed. A lot of you have probably heard about it. It's been all over the place, CNN, Fox News, you name it. It is a big one, it is a nasty one. I want to run it down for you and give you some steps to take, as well as set some expectations for exposure. Don't want to get into the technical details too much, but essentially it is an SSL issue, a security flaw that was found in that protocol that essentially manages the connections between two servers on the internet. So that could be my home internet provider and a website that I'm going to. So it's a problem with the websites that we're accessing. Excuse me. What we're hearing, what we're recommending are two things. And as with any of these things, it will be up for you to decide how big of to weigh sort of risk versus reward. The downside is the sites that have not been fixed or sites that were compromised before they were fixed, your information may be vulnerable. So I can't specify it any more than that. So two steps to take if you want to minimize that vulnerability. One is change your passwords, which if you're anything like me, I've probably got 20, 30, 40, 50 passwords, so that's no small task. Two, before changing those passwords, there is a link in this email to a website where you can go and put in a particular website and see if the problem has been fixed. If the problem has not been fixed, changing your password won't help because the problem still needs to be fixed. So those are two steps to take. A couple comments about just some practices and things that we know a lot of our clients do. We know a lot of people, we don't recommend it, but it happens, use the same password for most, if not all, of their things. I understand the sort of human reason to do this. It's one password that you remember for everything. There's a real downside to that in situations like this. If I'm using the same password to access Zazzle.com and just stuff where I'm doing less important things as I use for my bank, so a lot of times those lower traffic websites are the target rather than the Huntington or PNCs of the world who have a much larger security footprint. So if you've got the same password for all of those things, hackers have been known to, I can't give you a percentage of what's going to happen, not going to happen, but they've been known to use those passwords that they've gotten from smaller compromised sites and then just start banging away at some of the bigger sites. So those are the two steps to take, and kind of if you're in the use the same password for everything, you may want to again, I understand it's a big deal and it's a pain in the butt to keep track of those, but this is also a potentially big deal. One thing I want to try to quantify for folks, and this is always very difficult to do in situations like this, kind of bringing it down to sort of a realistic expectation standpoint. Chances are nothing's going to happen. Chances are, I call it the reverse lottery. Chances are you're not going to be affected, you're not going to be compromised, your information is not going to be subjected to hack and all of those things. So this really has to do more with your level of risk management than it does with the particulars of the technology. If you are someone who is very, very security conscious and that is a big thing for you, definitely go ahead, spend some time. It's going to take you the afternoon to look them all up and figure it out and do it, but that's what we recommend. If you're someone who's more of a, well, let's just see what happens kind of standpoint, again, chances are nothing's going to happen. The downside of that is, and I don't want to cause alarm or alert, but the downside of that is pretty significant, particularly when it comes to banking or any online commerce type stuff. Good news is the big guys have already gotten it taken care of. You still need to, your Amazon, your Huntington, like this morning I got on and did my Huntington and my Amazon account and stuff that's really important. So we're happy to help. If you have any questions about, we've got some ideas about how to set different passwords that are one, secure, and two, easy to remember. So we can help you with some things like that. If you've got any other questions about Heartbleed, obviously don't hesitate to call, respond to this email. It comes right to my iPhone. I'm happy to chat or take a look. Or give us a call at the office, 220-9451. So Heartbleed, change your passwords, check on the website to make sure the sites have been fixed before you change your passwords, and stop using the same passwords for all your websites. Thanks, guys. Look forward to seeing you, and don't hesitate to shout if you got any questions. And as always,